What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this video we are going to talk about a quick guide to be successful in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. And honestly, I have played a whole bunch of this game. And by played a whole bunch of this game, I mean it. I have played so far this year, I have played 10 days of MyTEAM. We looked at it on stream. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, so restarting up here. I looked at it on stream earlier today. The game came out a month and 3 days ago. When did it come out? Like 34 days ago. I haven't been playing every minute of that. A lot of it is sitting on menus for these type of videos. But 10 days has been played. 10 days of NBA 2K22 MyTEAM has been played on my account. So, it's been a while. So, fingers crossed we actually get into the servers. Well, we're going to be talking about the best ways and some of my regrets. Because the way I played the game was not the right way to do it. Especially if you are starting the game now or any time in the future. This is the best. These are the modes to avoid, not to avoid. And what you should and should not do. So, first of all, the most important thing is that the tips from the very start of the year are not the tips now. So, at the very start of the year, the tip I will always give you guys is play Domination. Is my game still glitched? I don't know what's wrong. But the tips from the start of the year are most definitely not the tips that I would give now. So this is the mode that I would tell everybody at the very start of the year. Go and play. Go and play Domination. I don't know. My game has been very much... It's been in a weird way since my last Nobody Spent episode. But I completed Dom. And like normal Domination is not too difficult to complete. Like it is doable completing normal Dom. But like you don't get enough for completing normal Dom. I'm sorry. You get 2 Evo cards that you're not going to use anymore. 2 tokens. And for each game... you are getting like a gold card, 450, or a 2-star pack and a 1-star pack. You're getting nothing for these. So this game mode right here, all-time Dom has some decent worth, but all-time Dom is not worth it for most people because like I'm sitting here, I got my Bob Cousy, who's apparently glitched. Lovely stuff. I love it. Maybe current gen will work a bit better. My game has been completely banjaxed for the last 4 or 5 hours. I don't know what the hell happened. I genuinely do not know what the hell has happened to my game. It's just banjaxed. But I got Bob Cousy, and he's probably worth it, but not worth the hours at this stage. Like, I completed him the first week, and that was the best point guard in the game at the time. So, like, you had that first week, 2, 3 weeks, where, like, Cousy was arguably the best point guard in the game. So, for... the start of the year, you know what, Dom is probably a good thing. But now, I would strongly advise against it. Like, tokens are not worth as much as they used to be. Tokens were worth so much at the start of the year, and they're not worth nearly as much now. And they're not going to be worth a lot for the rest of the year. So, tokens is something that a lot of people talk about. For me, tokens are important up until this tier right here. It is important to get Serge Ibaka. Like, Diamond Token Awards, even Kyrie Irving, none of these are that great anymore. The Pink Diamond Awards, yeah, these guys are good, but you can get guys very, very similar level to these Token Awards. You can get these guys for unbelievably cheap. And then, obviously, once Galaxy Opals come out, it's a little bit different, trying to get the 750 tokens. But the overall saving up for a Galaxy Opal, that's going to take you months to get 750 for a normal person. Again, I'm somebody that's played. If you look at the 100, I've played 160 games. And like, yeah, whatever. 28 of those losses. I reckon maybe 16 of those. 15, 16 of them have been like actual losses. I've disconnected from a bunch of games. I've lost a good few in challenges. But like 130, I've won 132 games of this. This is the best mode for grinding. Like, that is a serious amount of time. Like, you can get through 7 games in an hour if you're lucky. So you can get through 8 games in an hour if you're lucky. And you can see 150 games. It's almost 20 hours of this game mode. I have played over 800 games with this game mode right here. I've seen Louis Dampier. I have not got Ron Boone. So if you're starting out the game, I do believe these two modes are probably the best for earning MT. But if you are going for, say, the Vault reward, or you are going for the top board reward, if you're going for a Dampier, or say for a Car or a Gerard, if you are not winning 70% or 60% of your games, you're probably going to struggle to get either of those guys. And then for TT offline, you're not getting, like, it's almost impossible. Again, 800 games, and I've only seen Louis Dampier once. I have not seen Ramboon. I think I've only gotten 1,000 tokens like 4 or 5 times. Like, it's grim. It is grim how bad my luck is. So what would I suggest for you guys to play? There are a couple of cards that I would suggest to do. So if you are starting off the game, first of all, in terms of lifetime agendas, do not do the Luca one, because like it legitimately is like 20,000 MT to lock in each of these. And that is way more expensive. Like 40k, Luca is not worth 40k. This guy right here, I would advise you to do. I'd advise you to do Darryl Griffith. It's not that difficult to get, and as well as that, you get a colossal pack, you get all these decent packs, and like the overall, and worst case scenario, at least just get this Darryl Griffith. Just make sure you get this one. But then it doesn't become that difficult. Like, this is the most difficult part, but you get a good colossal pack for it. It's doable. You'll win the 5 eventually. The sharpshooter pack is pretty good. And again, like, I completed this in, like, was it like 2 hours 40 minutes, and I could have easily done it in sub 2:30 if I'd really tried. If I had really tried. And then the most important one is before the end of season 1, play the unlimited games. Get glitched hardened. Play the unlimited games. This is the best card you will get for free this year. For its time. For this easy. I highly doubt there is another scenario where within 2 hours you can get one of the best 2 guards in the game. Actually, to be fair, like Wiseman. You could get Wiseman in 5 minutes last year with Gauntlet Spotlight Sims. There will not be another situation until at least February where a guy is achievable this quickly and is this good in 2K. So go get your Harden. The draft mode. Play the draft. Play through the entire draft. I'm telling you, you get 3 free draft tokens for playing the game. Go and use those 3 free draft tokens. Play the draft. Do not forfeit a draft if you get a bad draft. You can win 5. If you can win 5-6 games by the time you lose 3, you're still getting plenty of picks. And the draft board is one of the easiest ways of earning MT. I wouldn't, if you are buying VC, and I don't advise it for anyone, but if you've earned VC in other modes, I get it. There is obviously the instant gratification from opening a pack, but look at the odds on packs. Less than 2% chance. A less than 2% chance of a diamond tier, and like less than 2% chance of a pink diamond tier. And then in last week's flash packs, there was a less than 2% chance of a diamond or a pink diamond. So it was almost impossible odds, impossibly low odds of getting a good card, which is obviously not ideal at all. Almost as good as like unbelievably bad. So if you do earn, say, 20,000-30,000 MT, if you're looking to build up your like coins to build a squad, this is the best mode for it. So if you've got like 20,000-30,000 VC from my career, or a little bit more VC than that from my career, okay, there's obviously something wrong with my LAN cable. I just need to buy a new LAN cable. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. I need to do this before quals. I need to buy a new LAN cable before qualifiers. But basically, if you earn that VC, play it in the draft. Draft is the best way to stack up MT. If you can manage to get, like, it's only 7,500 VC. In the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot. That really is not a lot. Like, that is a pack. Instead of getting, and if you enter the draft, doesn't matter what season it's in, and you win 10 games, you are getting at least like 40, 50 tokens, at least 15k MT worth of stuff. You're getting so much, and a potential at a really good Glenn Robinson. I wonder who the draft award will be next time, but again, it does not really matter. It doesn't really matter. I don't know, why does it say I'm 14-0 in TT offline, or TT online? This mode right here. So MyTEAM Unlimited, I get it, it is the main game mode. But it's such a tough mode because SBMM kind of kills it. For me, anyway. So, like, I'm obviously running a decent enough squad, and I built up my squad from playing a lot of the game. So like if you're starting off the game, you can find quite easy budget squads. But the big problem is once SBMM hits, you're going to be in a rough spot. So if you get to the Opal tier, it's all about your record. I found out it's not about the tier. So a bunch of people said once you get to the Opal tier, you face all the sweats. But for example, I'm 13-1 right now. I only play people in the Opal tier. Like I'm in a like competitive MyTEAM group chat on Twitter for Europe, and I have faced probably in my 13 games I've faced three or four people in the chat. In 14 games I faced 3 to 4. My one loss was against, surprising enough, wasn't against the guy in the chat. It was when I decided to play on current gen, and I'm not very good on current gen. I realized that kind of halfway through that one game I lost, where I was like, you know what, I don't stand a chance, I suck on this gen. But because my record of 13-0 on next gen is so good, I just keep getting matched up with Opal tier players. And if I'm getting in high bracket SBMM, trying to get through all of these tiers, it becomes unbelievably difficult. So the best bit of advice I will give you in Unlimited is do not destroy anybody. Intentionally lose games. If your goal is to get wilt, if your main goal is to get wilt, and I assume for everyone watching this video, you're not Splash, you're not Ty, you're not guys that are going to be consistently winning against competitive players. If you want to play the easiest players possible, throw games. And it might sound crazy, but trust me, throwing games and intentionally making games close is important. So if you're playing a guy who's not very good at 2K, just for example where I am right now, say if I win my next 2 games and I need to win 1 more. So I have 8 games remaining, I need to win 1 more. Obviously don't screw yourself over. But for me, for example, if I go up 30 points in my next game, it is in my best interest, because of the way the algorithm works, is to try win that game by as little as possible. So if you're playing this dude who you can beat by 30, maybe try only beat him by 12, 15. And then if you get to say 4-0, and I get it, the record is a big thing. If you do want to flex your record, it's one thing. But the easiest way to get the reward, if you get to 4-0, lose 5 games in a row. That gives you 3 games to win your last one. So if you're at 4-0 in this tier, and then you lose 5 games in a row, and then suddenly you've got 5-5. So you get to the next tier, and the algorithm thinks, you know what, this guy is not very good, not incredibly good at the game. He kind of loses when we're putting him up against good players. He's starting to lose games. So if you get caught into high bracket what I'm basically saying is, if you get caught in high bracket SBMM, like I am right now, intentionally throw games, because it will give you the easier matchups. Again, I'm not going for wilt, so I don't care. I'm just going to play the game. But SBMM is so easy to abuse. And it's why you see, I know someone last year who used to get his 12-0 rewards. He would basically play drunk until he got to the pink diamond tier. And he would lose every second game when he was drunk. He would be playing while drinking. He would be just playing and just joking around, running meme squads. And then he would get to the pink diamond tier and breeze through the last 2 tiers because the game hadn't put him into... Because he would play against scrubs and he would make sure the games were close through those pink diamond and opal tiers, and SBMM algorithm didn't put him up against any good players, so he breezed the 12-0. Like, you guys might be thinking, oh, this is kind of a stupid thing to be telling people, but it's not. Like, if the system is dumb, like SBMM belongs nowhere with 12-0. The purpose of SBMM is to make every single player win 50% of their games. Like, in a hypothetical situation, that is how the system should work. And in a world where every player wins 50% of their games, it is next to impossible to go 12-0. Obviously, players are better. Like, some players are unbelievable. It's not like that's not necessarily how everything works. And if you got wilt in the first couple of days, because a lot of the good players are still playing Dom and stuff, it was tough. Or if you're trying to get wilt right now at the very end of the season, maybe you have it easier because all the best players already have them. But the way the system is right now, there's only a couple of thousand people in the world that can complete it. And if you want to make it easier on yourself, abuse the system. I hate this mode anyway. So just like TT Online, I will gladly kind of ruin this game for people, game over people, because I think it's broken, by telling people how to break it even more, because I kind of want it to be changed. I kind of want them to get rid of SBMM, because I don't think it helps anybody. It doesn't help the good players, it doesn't help the bad players, it helps nobody. But trying to stay in low bracket SBMM for as long as possible is the best way to play Unlimited if you're going for the reward. MyTEAM Limited, there's no SBMM thankfully in this game mode. What is the best thing to do if you are going for prizes? It is to win 4 rings. If you want to go for Devin Booker, that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. If you want to go for whoever the rewards are, that's perfectly fine. I'm doing it as well. But the Diamond Contract Pack for 30, which is worth 20 to 30,000 MT, is worth more than Devin Booker. I'm just going to say that right now. A Diamond Contract Pack is worth more than Devin Booker. And last year, there were very few of the rewards. I'm trying to think what rewards were worth more than 30k MT. Baylor. Maybe Ralph Sampson when he came out. But very few. There are very few. The Diamond Contract Pack realistically is the best you can get. The Hall of Fame badge, not quite as good anymore as it was last year. The Diamond Shoe Pack, not really worth it. But like, overall, if you want to actually enjoy your weekends, because of the ring being RNG, this mode, if you get the reward, you get them. If you don't, you don't. It really does not matter. So, TTO the 100, how to win at this game mode. Do not ever run a point guard. Like, I'm running this lineup right here. A lot of people are giving tips being like, oh, run golds and you come up against easier matchups. That's cap. Maybe in US it works, but it's completely cap in Europe. You play whoever you play against. There is no SBMM in this mode. The matchmaking is purely based on team overall. But if there's not enough people there, like if you run out with 3 golds and there's no one else running with 3 golds, you're just going to be matched up with 3 diamonds. But Harden is the smallest player I would run. Like, I'm running Harden. I would not run anyone smaller than 6'5". Maybe you can get away with 6'4". The problem is that the switch glitch exists in this game. If you guys don't know, every pick and roll is an automatic switch in this game mode. So, the switch glitch is a thing. And that suddenly means if you're running with a guy that's like 6'1", I'm just going to call for a pick and roll, get the 6'1" guy switch on to Mitchell Robinson, and Mitchell Robinson's going to paint mash them, and then I'm either going to score Mitchell Robinson, or the corner's going to drop in, kick to a wide open shooter, and hit the shot. So, don't run anyone under 6'5". And this guy's pretty good, don't get me wrong, Mitchell Robinson. I wouldn't necessarily suggest using him. My most successful way playing this game is running 3 6'9" athletes. So if you're on a budget, Danielle Marshall is perfect. Darius Miles, if you have a little bit more MT, is pretty good. Josh Smith works really well. Pettit works really well if you happen to have him, but I wouldn't advise you go get him. Worthy worked really well for the longest time. Siakam works well. Heck, if you're really stuck, running Jay Crowder works. If you've got Robert Horry, he's pretty good. And just mobile, tall mobile players work the best that can shoot. How does he line to run this game? In this mode right here, it's a pity because the easiest way to win this mode, you can't get anymore. So, I'm just saying, if at any stage you have the chance, if a chance pops up for you to get Corey Kispert and Dennis Smith Jr., go get him. Because Dennis Smith Jr., again, is a 1 gold badge, a bunch of silver badges, good dunking, good shooting point guard who's a gold. Corey Kispert's probably the best shooter in the game. Ray Allen based on quick. He does nothing else, but he's probably the best shooter in the game. And also, if you're playing this game mode, play it on current gen. Current gen is way better for this game mode. Online, you can play whatever you want. Offline, always play offline on current gen. The AI is just too good on next gen. So, one final thing. Don't do the mellow grind. Don't do the level 40 grind for the first couple of seasons. If you do not have 100 hours to spare over 6 weeks to not even play the game, to just XP grind, if you find enjoyment in XP grinding, then go for them. Then if you find a load of enjoyment and you really want to get them, and that's how you have fun in the game, then that's fine. If you are somebody who's consistently getting level 40 rewards, you don't need a guide to MyTEAM. You have already spent 50%, 90 or 85% of your free time grinding for this card. That's fine. You're already as deep in as I am. But if you guys can see here, again, I've spent 10 days playing this game since launch. I have, even if I did every single bit of XP for cards that were under 100,000 MT, I still wouldn't have Carmelo Anthony. I have completed pretty much all the weekend agendas. I've completed almost all the daily agendas, and I've completed the week part 1, 2, 3, 4 every week. And I still may not even get, like, I will get Melo by the end of the season. But it's going to be close. I'm only going to end on, like, I'm going to get him at the very end. Later on in the year, the grinds become super easy. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's kind of worth it. But right now, like, up until Carmelo Anthony. So, for me, there's kind of a sweet point when it comes to XP grinding. So, this spot right here, I'm going to say here, Brian Winters, level 24. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'll say 28. The 28,000 XP one. And this is going to be the same next season. They're just going to replace the packs. So this card's going to more than likely still be an Amethyst next season. I doubt he's going to be a Diamond. Season 3, this card's going to be a Diamond. But this season, it's going to be an Amethyst. So you are just naturally, from playing the game, more than likely to get 28,000 XP. It's super easy to do. So if you're out here going for Vin Baker, that's what I would advise you do. And after that, it's diminishing returns. The Ascension Rewards are never spectacular. This is a pack where you're probably going to get 1,000 MT back. You are probably, for this right here, you're going to get, let's just say, combined, up until Kelly Chapuka. Kelly Chapuka, you actually have to put in an effort to get. So this here, this 20,000 XP, that is going to take you probably 6-7 hours of your time of just mindlessly grinding XP. That's about 6-7 hours of your time, especially if it's not at the very end of the season, to get probably 3,000 XP back. 4,000 XP back. Kelly Chapuka is not bad, but these guys have tendencies to be kind of weak. The Diamond Shoe Pack is okay. 30 tokens is not worth it. The last Ascension Board isn't great. Diamond Contract, again, 20-30 KMT is pretty good. The Diamond Shoe Boost Pack is actually pretty nice. But it just takes so long. It just takes so long. Like, I reckon I have at least 10 more hours of playing. And, like, I'm sitting there on 1,000 XP. And I've already spent 10 days playing this game. So, I just don't think it's worth it. As someone who's going to get the card, I don't think he's worth it. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, I got Carmelo Anthony and it's worth it. You're going to have to put in, he's over 100 hours of non-stop XP grinding. And I'm sorry, like, again, there are going to be people watching this video that have 100 hours over a 6-week period to play on the game. But the vast majority don't. Like, this is my full-time job and I'm still struggling to get Carmelo Anthony. Because I don't want to spend money on packs. And honestly, like, you don't need to spend money on packs, but I mean, this grind is very tough if you don't. If you don't spend money on packs, this grind is very, very tough. I cannot lie, it is very tough. So, if you want to do it, don't let this video not make you not do it, but I would strongly not suggest not to. If you're on the fence, you are going to waste over the next 6 weeks, over 6 weeks of season 2. If you're saying, you know what, you're going for next word, you are going to waste about 4 days worth of your time. At least 4 days worth of your time. And quite a lot of your money. Because you're going to lose a lot of MT tax-wise from renting cards. I reckon I've lost 150k tax-wise from this card. For a player. And for me, there is no player really, for the average person, that is worth that amount of time. It's a cool grind for the hardcore players. And if you are a hardcore player, first of all, why are you watching a guard on starting MyTEAM? You probably know all the information. But this is a grind for the hardcores. If you are a person who just plays this game for fun, there should be no FOMO. The card's good. He's not going to win you games. TT offline is the best mode when you're just starting out the game. It's going to give you a bunch of tokens. It's going to help you unlock the auction house quickly, and you're going to earn a bunch of quick MT. But overall, if you are looking to earn playing the game, the best mode is this right here. If you're going to spend money on the game, spend money and enter the draft mode. Keep entering the drafts, keep playing the draft mode. This is the best way to earn while playing. The second best way to earn while playing is this mode right here. And I've realized that. Like, I play it on stream. Man, I get frustrated. I hate this game mode with a passion. But it is the next best way. This game mode is ruined by SBMM, but you can also take advantage of SBMM. This game mode is ruined by an RNG system. You could win 100 games and not get a reward, and you could win one game and do get the reward. That is a big problem with limited, and there's the rewards in between games are not great. And other than that, yeah, do I advise you to ever open packs? I don't advise it. Look, don't really advise anyone spending money on the game. And first of all, again, I personally believe packs should be completely illegal if you're under the age of 18, because, well, it's gambling. But if you are spending money on the game, this is the best thing to do. Like, for 7,500, like, there is a 93% chance that you make a loss. Actually, no. If you open 7,500 VC, there is a 93% chance that you make less than 7. Actually, more than that, because base set players. There's probably a 95% chance that you make less than 7,500 MT back out of this. Whereas, if you play a draft and you can consistently go 6-3, that 7,500 MT is going to be like, at least, not only is it going to give you like way more in terms of MT, you're also going to get the enjoyment of playing the game, which people kind of seem to forget, that like the most important thing is playing the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. These long grinds I do not believe are worth it. If a card pops up like a Harden, you should do it. If a card pops up quick card like a Darryl Griffith and the card makes your team, they're the type of grinds that I would strongly suggest for everyone to do. They're a couple of hours. For me, they're fun. If you don't enjoy any of the grinds, don't do any of the grinds. If you don't enjoy a game mode, don't play the game mode. And yeah, that is pretty much it. But the most important thing, learn about this website right here. 2KDB. 2KDB. I forgot to mention it. It is the most important tip you will learn. So for example, imagine if you are playing with, I don't know, if you're looking for new cards and you see Mo Williams for like 3,000 or 4,000 MT, and you're like, maybe that Mo Williams stats look good, but then you should first thing you should do, come to this site. You can see all the badges in game, so this doesn't matter. Check animations. You can suddenly check, okay, will I like this guy's jump shot? Oh wait, I've used Jeff Hornacek and his jumper sucks, or I've used Frazier and his jumper sucks. Mo Williams is not going to be good. And then for Drew Holiday, just a hypothetical situation, you're not sure if he's good. You can come to this website, see the base, see the upper, and think, you know what, Donovan Mitchell's upper is pretty good. You can see the base and be like, oh, I really like shooting with Sean Elliott, so I think I'm gonna like Drew Holiday. So that's one of the things where it's like, you can see similar players to cards that you like. Like if you are a huge fan, let's just say, again, hypothetical situation, of Jamal Murray. Imagine you had Jamal Murray, and he's your best player. You got him in a promo pack, he is your best player. And you want to find a card that, and your best thing about him is his jump shot. And you want to find a card with a very similar jump shot to Jamal Murray. You click on base, and all of a sudden, it's Anthony Edwards pops out. Maybe you're only good with Jamal Murray, and there are people that only go with specific players. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I can't really find a good shooting guard. And then suddenly you get this card here and you're really good with it because he's got the same base that you really like. So this database website right now is one of the very, very important things for new players in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM, lads. So yeah, that is it. This isn't really structured. I will make a big structured video probably in at around Christmas when all the Christmas noobs come in. But this is for the people that really have gotten MyTEAM this year as their first 2K. People that haven't really taken MyTEAM seriously in other years, looking to come into the game mode. There's kind of a lot. There's a lot there, and there's also not a lot in the game mode. A lot of people jump straight into Unlimited, and I actually think with SBMM, that's not the. If you are thinking, the one good thing about SBMM is that if you go and play MyTEAM Unlimited, and you jump in, if you jump into this game mode straight away, you're probably not playing as the God Squad. But at the same time, that wasn't happening in NBA 2K20 and 2K21. It's just the 1% of people that were overall glitching. They brought in SBMM to try... I don't even know what they did to try stop the 1% of people that were glitching. Either way, it is what it is. So yeah, this game mode in general, it's been a slow start. It's been a really, really slow start to the year. I think there's going to be more stuff coming out as the year goes on. I think 2K have started off on a very bad note because they started off slower than last year. But it's a long year. Hopefully it ends up being going well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.